truly, stitching at the cabin. Still no Alyssa. I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know if she's ever coming back. She exists. I just don't know. Today is Saturday, July 12th. I'm still thinking it's June for some reason. This year is just whooshing by. Whoosh! It's gonna be Christmas before we know it. Okay, don't think about that. Let's not think about that. I have so much to show you. I know it's been a little over a month. I'm sorry. I think we're looking at a monthly thing going forward. We're just gonna keep going forward and see what happens. But I have so much to show you. I have several finishes from you guys. Yay. I don't have any WIPs though. Nobody sent a WIP, but I have finishes. Then I have 25 WIPs to show you. 25 is how many I've worked on since we were last together. That's like a mini WIP parade, because I think I have, let's say 65 or less. We'll go 65. I think it's less, but let's just go 65. I think I have 65 WIPs. And so this is, you know, almost half of them. It's a lot. It's a lot. I have this big old mound next to me. It's a lot. There's Blue's Clues. There. Blue's Clues. Peekaboo. And then, I don't have any haul to show you because the haul I have you don't care to see because it's just fabric from Heaven and Earth. They decided not to do material packs anymore, so they're selling the cones and the material, so I bought some fabric. That was it. I don't think I bought anything else. Well, I did buy something, but it's not here, so you can't see that. Yeah, that happened. It wasn't a dream. And then I have some stories for you. I've had some stuff happen. So let's start with Keto. I'm gonna try to do the same thing with oh no, we aren't gonna do it. What is wrong with me? Well, I'm not gonna show you Keto. I'm gonna show you other people's finishes. How horrible of me. Okay, it's all about me. Me. I'm all selfish here. No, I was just busy thinking that Keto has all the floss down on the bottom. I told you last time that when I work on it, I leave it so that the most common colors that I'm using. That way I don't have to keep pulling them out of the box and winding them and all that. So, yeah. We're going to try showing that to you that way. Again, it worked well last time. I didn't knock anything on the flows, so we'll see. But for WIP shares, okay, finishes. Natalia, who is official Mermaid's Cove. I confused myself because I remembered writing something else down from Instagram, and I was like, this doesn't seem right. It will all become clear in a moment. She has two finishes. She has Periwinkle Mermaid by Cat Whittier Stitches on Instagram. There you go. It's on a 16 count opalescent Aida. The color is from Picture This Plus Crystal Jazz. I have to say I've not seen a mermaid like this before, and I absolutely love it. I don't think every mermaid should weigh 12 pounds, so I like some curves on my mermaids, and that was creepy. You know what I mean. I really like this one. I'm not looking at it, so I'm going from memory. I don't know what to say other than I love it. I love it. The other one she did was Mermaid of the Pearls, which Mirabilia. It was on 16 count self-dyed Aida. And I have to say this dye job is amazing. I stared at the fabric. I know I'm supposed to be looking at the mermaid. It's beautiful. Yeah. Pretty things, pretty mermaid. Yeah. Beautiful stitching. But that fabric color is beautiful. I was trying to figure out how to do it. I was thinking about how would I do that? If I was going to do that, how would I don't need to do that, but you know. Anyway, congratulations. Those are beautiful. Love them both. Thank you for sharing. Now, Cassandra reached out and her husband had it finished. Jonathan worked on, well, he didn't work on it. He finished it. It was on Etsy from Awesome Pattern Studio. You should see my writing. I didn't even write all of the letters in those words. Apparently, I just think I know what I'm talking about. It is Sequoia National Parks. It's 28 count, 2/1 tent. She said it's one of his favorites that he's done so far, and I have to agree. I mean, I don't know what else he's done, but the way the light is coming through the trees and the little deer, I stared at that for a long time. We've camped in Sequoia. Well, okay. We used to camp in Sequoia every summer, and then we sold the motorhome. We don't do that anymore, but even my mom would go, kids, like, I have such fond memories of Sequoia, and I really liked looking at this one. So congratulations, Jonathan, and thank you, Cassandra, for sharing. And then my bestie, Mary, she has 3 finishes. She finished these a while ago and sent them to me, but it was like the same day I had just filmed, and so I didn't stick them in, and now it's been another month, so sorry about that. She has 3 finishes. I'm not gonna lie, I do have a favorite. I absolutely love the Cardinal from Dimensions. I love the way she finished it. I love everything about it. I love the bells. The colors. I love Cardinals. I wish we had Cardinals in California. I don't know why one of you people doesn't bring one when you travel. Just okay, maybe 2. Male, female, if you could maybe do that. That way we could have a plethora of Cardinals, but I want Cardinals and fireflies. If we could have Cardinals and fireflies, I'll trade you earthquakes, I'll trade you cacti, I'll trade you all the hot, stinky stuff we have here if you'll bring me a Cardinal and a firefly. Maybe 2 of each. Maybe more than that, just to be on the safe side, but if you could bring some, I'd like that a lot. And then she did 2 stitch and hangs, which are the small ones, which, I mean, super cute. Don't get me wrong, but the Cardinal, anyway, the hummingbird's beautiful, and I think the other one's flowers, if I remember right, like a little flower basket. Congratulations, Mary. Good job getting those done, and thank you for sharing. So that's it for the finishes, and like I said, there wasn't a WIP share, so if you have a WIP that you're working on that you want me to show, StitchingAtTheCabin@gmail.com. If you have a finish that you want me to share with everyone, StitchingAtTheCabin@gmail.com. Same for both. And they will all go on the next video, which is probably a month from now. You ready to see some WIPs? You ready to see 25 WIPs? If you don't care about the stitching, I don't know why you're here, but just fast forward. I'll get to the life after. There's life. There's at least one good story. Well, I mean, I think it's a good story. Let's see. Keto is hanging on for dear life back there. Keto. This is Keto. Annie's dead. Heaven and Earth Designs. Retired. 25 count, 2/1, full class. You heard that right. And it's the standard. This is the fabric I bought from Heaven and Earth. If you're like, what was that fabric you said you bought that you're not going to show us? This. I bought this, but I bought it in 28 count. Just different sizes. Alright. Still love this water. That was already done. I'm not showing anything new. We've come down here, and we're just about getting into that water again. And then we're going to come over here and do hand and bottom of dragon. Oh, and some of the dress. I have the finished picture. I mean, obviously not stitched, but up there. From the Desert Stitcher. I don't know whatever happened to her. I tried to reach out. She didn't respond. She doesn't do Flosstube. I hope she's okay. I lost track of her probably around the pandemic. I don't know if she still exists, but she's the one that gave me the Keto that I have framed and hung on my wall. Anyway, more water and dress. It's gonna be nice. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what else to, I mean, I tell you everything every time, and it's been since August of 2018 that I've been working on this. Exciting thing, I am at 50%. I think I'm 50.86 or something, so it's calling it 51% on Pattern Keeper, but no, Stitch Pal is calling it 51%. Pattern Keeper is at 50.86 or whatever. But anyway, basically we're halfway. Woo! So August of 2018 until now, that's what, just short of 7 years to get halfway. So we're looking at 14 years total. You guys willing to watch for another 7-ish years? I know it's supposed to be done in 2032. Right now it's the end of March 2032 according to Stitch Pal. Is that 7 years? Yes, that is. So we got this. All right, I'm gonna put Keto safely over there so I don't knock any of that floss down. I know all that floss down that stresses some of you out, but don't worry, it's my problem, not yours. It's all me. Okay, sheep heap. Plum Street. Little sheepies in a heapy. I don't really remember working on it, but I mean, I did. I remember taking some of it out because I put in stuff and it was wrong and I had to take it out and do it again. I don't remember what or what I worked on, but hopefully the before and after helps because I 100% do not recall. Alyssa gave, well, I had the sheep heap and then she gave me this as the advent. So I actually had everything. She just re-gifted it all to me in a fun advent form, which I am not complaining about. You want to see the cute tail? Cute sheep tail. Sheep tail. Very cute. Anyway, sheep heap. I'm not entirely certain why I still have this on the Q-snap, but I do. And we're going to go with that. And apparently when I pull Keto out, I lost a little bit of 3781. I'm pretty sure it goes over there on that side. I should move it now while I know what it is and where it is. Ah! Ah! I knocked a bunch of stuff off. Okay. Look, I'm dressed. I'm dressed. We went to the store. That Nothing Bunt Cakes, all about bunt cakes. Nothing Bunt Cakes. I don't know if anyone else has that store. They sell those little bunt cakes. Their limited edition right now is a banana pudding bunt cake. I saw a poster in the window when we were driving by, and I went, oh! And my husband thought we were going to hit something, and he was like, what? And he like slammed on the brakes, and I was like, oh, there's banana bunt cakes. He almost didn't stop to get me one because I scared him so badly, which I totally understand. I should have said, honey, stop the car, not, oh! I love banana flavored anything. That is what makes me happy. Banana flavored Kit Kats, so good. My son brought them from Japan, so good. I can't wait to try this bunt cake. It's only lived here for a couple of hours now. It's 11:54. I haven't eaten yet today. I wanted to get this done and then I was gonna eat. I'm gonna have leftover chicken divan that I made last week. I just bit my tongue again. Ouch. And then I'm gonna have banana pudding cake, but also we're at Costco and I bought cupcakes because now they sell them in a 12-pack instead of a 24-pack, and I love the cupcakes. I'm gonna gain so much weight this week. I've been so good about not eating a lot of sugar, and I've lost a couple pounds, and I was like, yes! And now I bought all the stuff that's gonna make me fat and unhappy, but it's gonna make me happy. Okay, things to look at. Okay, let's show you Alpine Garden. This is my Chatelaine that I have in my office. I haven't had a ton of time to work on, but I've had some time. This is what I may or may not have mentioned before. This color Gloriana floss does not look like the pictures that you see on the Chatelaine gallery, that you see anywhere of this. And I reached out to Dina, Half Stitch, Cross Stitch, because she's also doing this. And I figured she kitted it up a long time ago, so she would potentially have the right color. And we discussed, and she appears to have the same shades that I do. I reached out to a stitching shop in Denver, Colorado, because 123 Stitch doesn't have it, but the pictures on 123 Stitch make it look like a very pastel color. I reached out to a stitching shop in Denver. I sent pictures, I discussed, I showed whatever they think they have the same color that I have. So maybe it's just when you put in enough that makes this look lighter. But I'm telling you, it doesn't look the same, which has been discouraging to me, which I think is partially why I haven't really put in a lot of effort to try to work on it, like try to get work to work, but also work has been incredibly busy, which will minor possible discussion in other, but might have to wait because there's stuff I can't tell anybody yet. And so I don't think anybody at work watches this, but just on the off chance, I might have to wait. Anyway, I think I was mostly working over here in the tree and mountain and such, and probably, oops, there, I got all carried away. So there's a lot of hanging threads, there's a lot going on. Like I had said before, this is the center, this is that cabin and tree, the thing everybody with the bird, this is what everybody starts on and works their way around. Not me. I'm just going to spread all the way out so that I can do out all the way and not have the consistent tediousness of doing the same thing over and over. So once we get out here a little bit further, there's another thing, and then that's the end. So end. So I am trying to portion mine like a pie. I'm pieing my alpine. Alpine garden. Chatelaine. Hopefully at some point I put in a picture of what it's supposed to look like, because I don't have a good image. Yeah. There's so much here. There's so much here. It's just, you know what? Let's go with the one that I'm currently working on. This is the Lola Crow. I'm going to take this off the Q-snap for you because I keep moving the Q-snap because the different episodes are all over the place. But this is the Lola Crow Extraordinary Bird Salad, which I love so much. I look forward to working on it every week. I am not done with this week's. This week's is this bird here. I clearly am not done with it, but I think I only have a couple hundred stitches left. Here we go. There she blows. Can you see that? I'm looking through the fabric to see what you can see. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see if I can bend a little bit more and you could see things closer up. It's so much fun. And you know I love birds, and she gives a whole thing, and it's just, I love it. I love looking at it. I love stitching it. So this was 8, feature 8. Last week we did these birds and some upper tree, and then the week before I think we did this one and that one, and then I think the week before that we probably did there. I don't make me keep going backwards, but don't you love that? And look, doesn't that look like a little dinosaur down there? And birds are supposed to come from dinosaurs, so I'm hoping that's where we're going with that. And then there's like some kind of something, kind of bird head in that wing. And down here there's stuff happening. I'm like, what's that? Is that another dinosaur? I don't know what's going on down there. It's so much fun. So much fun. So I'll have to take a picture of that before I put it back in the Q-snap. I'm making messies. I'm pretty sure you could still buy that and join it if you wanted to. Like I said, we're on 8. Somebody said we're like halfway through. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. Each week, like this was, fortunately, Kim Hollenbach from Full Coverage Fanatics, she has her own channel. Full Coverage Fanatics is Facebook, but her channel is Kim Hollenbach. And Spartan Stitcher on, I think, Instagram. We're friends, and so we talk a lot, and one of us will notice that it came out, but then she always puts it in Pattern Keeper before I do, so then she can tell me how many stitches. So this last thing was only like 600 and something stitches, which was considerably lower than some of the others, but it's generally like 600 to like 1200 stitches in a week, so it's totally doable. Totally doable. I usually get it done by like Friday, Saturday. I work on it Friday, Saturday, and it's usually done. Sometimes I need Sunday. This last week I needed till Tuesday, but that was completely not because it was too many stitches. That was just life. This is Fiber on a Whim Affogato 32 count Belfast. The pattern is ink circles. It is Sumatran lace. This is a great one to work on like after work because it's just one color. The floss is a Threadworks. I've told you before what it is. So it's super easy. You don't really have to think terribly hard. Am I holding this upside down? No, I am not holding this upside down. Clearly, I work on it here mostly, and this is the easy part for the Lowry stand, the way it sits. So that's why there's so much more here than up here. Up here, I have 2 each. Down there, it's just straight across. Isn't it pretty, though? I love it. Oh, I love the two together. I love it. It's called for. So whatever it says on the pattern, that's what this is. Love it. I really like that kind of tone on tone sort of look. I'm hoping to do more of that in the future. Okay, so this is Snow Many Friends, which I started at the retreat with Sarah Stitcher Mommy and Shelly Key X Key X. Yeah, with people. But it's also on my Great British Baking thing. So, it is still going strong. Well, okay, I wouldn't say strong because it happens to be with someone who I'm pretty sure goes till the end. I don't think she wins, but she goes really far. But she doesn't do really well or really horribly. So she kind of doesn't exist until later on, I think. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Just trust me. This has been here every week. It's just I've only worked on it twice now. Twice. Oh, I should... I'm going to have to put in a picture of what it looks like because what it's supposed to look like. But I can tell you that if you do this on Pattern Keeper, it switches the two pages. So the center isn't necessarily where you think it's switched. And don't stitch it that way because you'll put things together that don't belong together. It should be like that, and it's like that. Now, so Stitcher Mommy, she fixed it, but I had already started it unfixed. And because it's on a small thing, I stitch it like upsies, downsies. And when I picked it up for the first time, because I hadn't worked on it since like February, when I picked it up, I didn't realize I'd done that, and I started working on it. I mean, I still had it in this way, but I was doing the stitches the opposite way of what they went. And then I realized, oh no, I'm stitching it backwards from normal. Again, probably doesn't make sense, but trust, I figured it out, undid it, and started again. I am probably going to change the color of the church. I think it's going to be the cat. Something about the cat. Could be the stick color, but I'm thinking it's the cat. I'll have to look and see what I decided. But, yeah, I think I did the top of the snowman and some more of the white and probably a lot down here. Not you can tell. I don't remember what the fabric is. It is 32 count Mirage from Picture This Plus. I really like it. I think I changed some of the colors. A lot of it is the called for, but I've changed some just because I didn't have the called for and I didn't want to buy them because it was such a small amount of stitching. But it seemed like a waste and I could just substitute with other things. So I figured when it's done, if you really like it, then you could ask me and I can tell you what I substituted. But at this point, probably nobody cares that much. Okay, Pandemic. This is also Great British Baking, but it went home. She went home. So I did, through the course of the Great British Bake Off, I'm looking at my notes over here on it, I created this little chart thing for it. It was supposed to get 525 stitches based on handshakes and all the things. But when I work on something, I tend to do more than what's required. And so it got 727 stitches. We all know what Pandemic looks like, right? Long dog, Pandemic. Don't know what fabric this is. I probably have it in here. Oh, here we go. It is 36 count Serafina. I got it from Citrus Paradise. I don't know what Serafina is. I don't know if that's the color or the company. I don't know. So I'm using the Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. Oh, that says thank you for supporting us. One of these says something waves, purple waves. Or, I don't know. If you really want to know, I can dig. But otherwise, I figure you just want to see this. So I went all the way across on the second row just to make sure it fit, and it did. So it's different colors of purple and pinks, and most of what I did is down here at the bottom. Probably all of what I did is down here at the bottom. So, yeah, the bunnies and all that. I think last time I showed you I had most of a bunny, but I continued, and there we have it. So this, I'm not like putting this away and never pulling it out again. It's not in timeout anymore. I fixed that problem that caused the timeout. But it's not going to get called for the Great British baking anymore. I have quite a few that have gone home. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks. I do it on Sundays, so tomorrow will be the next one, and there'll be 3 more weeks after that, and then I'll be done. But I am enjoying this method, this game thing so much. I really look forward to Sunday when I get to watch the show and then make my little notes and then I pull out all the projects that have stuff going on. I put them all next to me, and then I pull out one and I do the number of stitches, and then I toss it over the side, and then I pull out the next one. Then when I'm done, I put everything away, and I really enjoy it. So I'm trying to think of other game shows I can do this with. I know that there's like a Big Brother thing, but I don't watch Big Brother, so I don't know if I should start watching it. I don't know. I do watch golf sometimes, and I thought maybe I could have a project per hole, and then certain number of stitches for birdie on that hole, but then I just have to pick like 1 or 2 players. But it's not always the same people playing every week. I don't know. I'm toying with that. I thought about like an Amazing Race, but I can't figure it out. I mean, other than coming in first or going home, I know that there's roadblocks and stuff, but I don't know how you would fit that in. I thought about maybe Survivor, but I don't watch enough Survivor to know. There's immunity, there's idols. I don't know. So I'm looking for something else to do this with because I'm really enjoying it. Very, very much. Okay, the Christmas, I don't think I got a lot done on this since you saw it. No, it's been sent home as well. I was supposed to do 325 stitches. I've done a total of 376. This is from Kyriad Creations, I think. It's on, I think Facebook is where you find her. And the fabric is Picture This Plus Ale. It is a gnome. I'm going to have to put in a picture if I haven't already, which I probably did. Like I said, you're not going to see that much of a difference, but I did start on the beard. Stitching Big Things with Hallie, she finished hers, but that's where I saw it and where I became obsessed and why I bought it, and I have started it. So, yeah. So, it was 100 stitches before when you had seen it, and then 225 after, but I did more, so 376 is the grand total. Again, this won't be coming out for the show, but it could come out with a wheel, or I just feel like it, or, you never know when I'm going to pull something out. I do love my wheel. I do listen to my wheel. I do still spin the wheel every week. It's just between the Lola Quill that I'm doing Friday, Saturday, and the Great British Break Off that I'm doing Sunday. Now the thing I spin is actually what I work on during the week after work. I just had to move things around a little bit. This is another Great British, and this was so small. This is only 75 stitches. I did 82. This is such a minor change that I feel silly even showing it to you. But it's Language of the Flowers, Rosewood Manor. I could have finished this year if I had worked on it. I mean, I'm putting it past tense, but I mean, it's July, and it's come out, I think, once and got 82 stitches. So probably not going to finish it this year unless the wheel decides suddenly that it likes it. The fabric, I think, it's Picture This Plus. It's not Legacy. It's not Ren. It's Sand. Might be sand. Anyway, here we go. I couldn't tell you what I worked on, but it's probably going to be down near the bottom. Probably down in that area. I can't see. I don't know what you can see. Possibly that or that. I don't know. I don't know. But look, I could finish it. It's just that and the edge. Like, that's it. The Z is there. I need to finish that. And I love this fabric. It's so nice and buttery and thick and nice fabric. I like Picture This Plus fabric. I know some people don't, but I do. I'm very lucky to have a bag from Stitch All the Things before she stopped stitching all the things. I assume she still stitches, she doesn't have Flosstube anymore. This is hands down the most difficult cross stitch I have ever done in my life. Bear in mind that I have finished a chatelaine. I'm doing full coverage. I have done counted canvas. I've done hooding. This is the most difficult thing I have ever done in my life. Garfield. This is so old. I am doing this one because my husband grew up loving Garfield, so he doesn't know I'm working on it, but I am making that for him. There's so many fractionals, and this dark fabric, it's a hemp fabric. It is so difficult, and something is wrong, and I cannot figure out what's wrong, and I'm at this point just fudging it, but I think it's going to make Garfield a weird shape, so I don't know if I can keep fudging it. That's what I'm doing. It's so difficult. I can't even express to you how difficult it is. I am not enjoying it. This is not something I pull out for fun. I pull it out because I love my husband and I want to give him this gift. It is so difficult. So difficult. I'm using the cards from Color Being Crafty. I will do it. I will not give up. I will do this thing. But I'm going to complain every second of the day that I'm doing it. Hyacinth. My Momo. Gecko Rouge. Momo because I have one downstairs. His name is Kevin, which we changed to, I started calling him Kevy Momo. Kevmo, as actually how it started. Kevin went to Kevmo, then Bevmo, then Momo. Now he's Kevy Momo. Lil Momo, Lil Momi, Momolific, Momosaurus Rex. He has a lot of names. He's quiet right now. I don't think you can hear him. But speaking of bird pictures, I will. Well, we weren't speaking of bird pictures. We're speaking of birds, and I was thinking, do I have pictures? And then I remembered I have this picture of Tango. May have put it in before, but I don't know. My husband has this little mini stool and these little mini arcade machines that actually work. And so he put, not Momo. Momo would not fit. He put Tango on the stool, the cockatoo, and took a picture. And I will put that in here if I have not already. I was going to put it in other, but since we're talking about birds. Okay, Great British Bake Off. This has also gone home. 350 stitches is what I was supposed to do. I've done 406. It's going to be at the bottom-ish area. But there's what I have done. And the fabric is Fabric Flare. It is African Sunset. Okay. Keep going. So it's going to be just like typewriter method over here. So it's going to be real difficult to tell what's different. So those two always stick together. Those two needle minders are like besties. That's funny. That's my sheep heap needle minder, and I don't have it on sheep heap. Oh, what a crazy woman I am. I could just stare at this all day. Isn't that great? I love that so much. I keep telling myself, stop saying you love everything and then it's pretty, especially when I'm putting it away. I just say it over and over again. Then you people have to listen to me say it over and over again. So like this episode, stop saying it. And then I'm over here, it's so pretty, I love it. But it's true. What's this? Ooh, peacock. This is not part of anything. I just spun it and pulled it out. It's Design Works. I do not use the kit. I did not. It's not that I never do. I did not because I don't want to stitch on white Ada. I did that when I was a teenager. I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm using a sugar maple, which you can't get anymore. I can't remember which one. Clematis, maybe? Let's see. Yep, Clematis, 28 count. It's a Jubilee. this is what I worked on that mostly. Well, and also down there, but I think most of the difference is over here. This one also is not super easy when you get into the peacock tail, trying to figure out where you are. It's very condensed, it's packed, it's thick in the stitching department, and it's difficult to figure it out. I think I'm going to need to photocopy it and mark it off because it's not in Pattern Keeper. It's not digital. So, isn't that pretty fabric though? I love it. Did I go again? I wouldn't stitch on it if I didn't love it. I love sugar maple fabric. I wish we could still get that. But alas, no more. I was watching a flosstube thing, not a flosstube, a YouTube video about like scarcity and how that leads people to have more than what they need, like the whole toilet paper thing during the pandemic and all that. And I was thinking, I don't really have that issue. And then I thought about my sugar maple fabric and I thought, oh, okay. As a stitcher, I am a hoarder. Everything else in my life, no, not so much. No, the house isn't cluttered, but this room, I have a lot of stuff. But I love it all. It's pretty. What's in here? Let's find out together. Shall we? If I missed anything, I'll put it at the end. I double checked my list, but that doesn't mean anything. So if I missed anything, just look for it at the end with some writing. Ew, this is Buyer's Side, Julian Jones. I don't have a picture. All I have is a pattern, so I'm gonna have to put in something. The fabric I like a lot. I can't remember what it is. Could be that vintage country mocha for all I know. Let's see. That's a needle minder. That's not fabric. Vintage country mocha. That is what this is. I have this on here. It has not gone home, but it has only been called once for the Great British Bake Off. So it was supposed to get 150 stitches. So far it's gotten 192. You're not going to see a massive change. Is that exciting? I can't wait to see more of this. It's certainly not difficult to stitch. It's big chunkles of color. This is the bottom. Doesn't that look like beach? It looks like sand, beach. I think it's going to be perfect. I hope anyway. I hope the fabric is perfect. I am looking forward to doing more of that. It is an enjoyable one. I unfortunately don't. Well, I know this one, the person attached to it, she goes home on patisserie week, but I don't know which week that is. So, but I do know she goes home. And I'm not telling you who it's attached to, so that way it doesn't ruin it for anyone that hasn't seen it. Now what? Okay, this was a new start. Do you remember last time we were together and I spun the wheel and I said I'm also going to do my experiment, and so I did the random number generator and it was a new start and I could not decide between the wheel and the new start. I don't remember what the wheel was at this point, but I remember I wanted to work on them both. And usually when it's equal, I do the thing, but I want to start this one so badly, I started it. It is Celestial Dragon by Teresa Wensler. I'm trying to pull it out. I had floss over it. I am going to shock you all. Get ready. Sit down. I'm doing this on white. It's not Ada, but it's white. I would never, ever, ever again, after doing the castle, which I'm still working on, after 20-something years, 30 years, whatever long it's been, I would never do a Teresa Wensler on Ada ever again. Back in the day, that's all we had. There was no other option. I have not done much. I did not have a whole lot of time. Is this the top? This is probably, I think I started in the top. Is that exciting? Wow. Wow. I'm pretty sure this is a 28 count because I know beads fit better than 28 count, and there are a bajillion beads on this. Now there is some Kreinik braid that I didn't have, and that I tried to order from 123 Stitch, and then it turned out it was back ordered, and so I got some of it, but I'm still waiting for the rest of it. And then there's something else with this that I still needed that 123 Stitch didn't have, and didn't seem like they were ever going to get. So I reached out to the stitching shop in Denver, and they were sending me that along with a couple of things because it couldn't go alone. But theirs is also back ordered, but they thought they were getting it in the next couple of weeks. So I went ahead and said, just hold on to everything till then. So that's my haul that you haven't seen yet because I don't have it. So in the meantime, that's what I've done. I do know it's absolutely beautiful. I've not seen it in person, but I had seen Michelle Bendy Stitchy. She had finished it and she showed hers, and I was like, wow. I mean, I'd already owned it because obviously I already liked it. I bought it when I was a teenager, but I hadn't started it. That fabric is 28 count even weave Artiste. I got on clearance. $4.99 is what I paid at Hobby Lobby when they were putting out all of the cross stitch goodness. And now I see no reason to shop there because they don't have cross stitch anymore. I'm not anti Hobby Lobby, I'm just anti people getting rid of cross stitch. This is the one I keep saying, I looked at it a little bit, but it was so little, I'm not going to show it to you. And it's been months of, I'm not going to show it to you. Well, I'm going to show it to you now. So I don't know how much has changed. This is Tiny Modernist, Jolly Christmas Bell Pull. I'm holding back it's pretty, I love it. I'm holding it back. This is such a great one because once you like fill in the white and the outline, you don't need the pattern anymore. You just fill in. So I've filled in the red, I filled in, I think all of this is probably different. I didn't quite finish filling that in. This has been brought down, and I just started on the snowflake. There's more snowflake on that side, but I clearly haven't gotten there yet. This stays downstairs, so it's what I work on, like if I'm waiting for my husband and we're leaving, or if I'm cooking something and I just need like 20 minutes instead of going all the way upstairs, I'll work on this. I used to work on stuff a lot more downstairs. That's why I had Plague Doctor and all that. But we just don't watch that much TV downstairs together as a family anymore. We eat dinner together, and then, you know, we finish whatever show we're watching while we're eating, and then we all go our separate ways. So I haven't been doing that much down there. I'm running out of space. Let's show you these things, and then I'll just keep putting stuff over there. This was one of the most recent things I've worked on, Golden Prelude. I spun it earlier this week, and so I worked on it during the week. I am not doing any of that background. Mine is on a fabric flare fabric. I don't know which one it is. Maybe it says on it, they usually do. Pink Sunset Beach Landscape. Here we go. I really hope it fits. I used a lot of pins to count. I don't trust my counting. I'm hoping it fits. Most of the change is her hair. Back here, right there. You see? Most of it is her hair. There-ish, the back of her hair. She's gorgeous. It gives me so much peace. This is one that's definitely gonna get framed and hung on the wall because I stare at it. The Flosstuber that did it, Daydream Stitcher, I think her name is. It sits behind her when she films, and I stare at it, and I love it. If you reach out to Stitchery Express in Utah and tell them this is what you want to do, they will give you the exact piece of fabric that you need. That's how I got mine. I was there and I said, oh, I've seen this golden print. She knew exactly what I was talking about, and she went straight to the back, grabbed the fabric, and handed it to me. It was that easy. So if you would like to do the same, Cindy over there at Stitchery Express, I think she's in Clearfield, Utah. She can hook you up. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to start putting things that way. Apples! This one is part of the British Bake Off, and it still exists. Yeah, so I don't even know how many. 1, 2, 3. 325 is what I was supposed to have done. I've definitely done more than that, but I haven't added it up because it still exists. This one, apples. I'm not sure I'm going to do some of that back stitch, but otherwise, I don't like the white back stitch really on the lettering. Otherwise, everything is called for. Apples. There should be like an extra P, maybe some extra letters up there, and then some of the edging on all sides is different. I haven't done any more work on the apples lately with the inside much because it's so much easier just to, you know, I have to do 100 stitches, so just grab a color and go for a border. Plus, you know, I don't love borders that much. You know, working on them, it gets tedious, so that made sense too. Then let's get some of the border out of the way with this quick, easy 100 stitches. Yeah, it was 125, 100, and 100. So I think this is going to keep coming out for a while. I'm pretty sure this is one of the finishers. One of the finalists. My son is about to turn 24. This is his birth announcement. Yeah, 24 years, not 24 months. Yep. I took it camping with us. I have that big stories from the camping trip. And I did work on this there. I finished the clouds and the butterflies. And then I started back down here because some of that was done. I'm doing more of that. And some of the hippo head. I considered just finishing this top one, which is now done except for the border, and calling it a day, but no, I'm not a quitter. And it is White Ada from the kit from all those 25-ish years ago now, because I was pregnant when I was working on it. I'll get it done. I'm not a quitter. Might take me forever, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get all these projects done as long as I'm alive and capable of stitching. My stitchy bug is going strong. I have not missed a day of stitching in probably 6 years. Not a single day. Even if it's only one stitch, I get it done. I had surgery and I still got it done. I am obsessed. I am a mess. Snapdragon. You tell me who it is because I can't see it. It's all in reverse while I'm looking at this. Not a clue what that says. This is not easy to find anymore. I don't know if you can get it anymore. If you want it and you see it, snatch it up because like 1, 2, 3 Stitch doesn't sell it anymore. I know this because my bestie Mary was looking for it and I don't think we found it. Oh, she may have. I don't know. My baby Corna. My Corna died this last year, Christmas. You're gonna see what, like the dragon wing is what I'm working on these days. The fabric is, I believe it's Jelly Bean from Sugar Maple. I'm really happy with the color of it. It doesn't show real well. It's brighter than it looks on camera, but like it gets real washed out. It's more like that. That's better. But then when you get up here, it kind of fades out. But wing and nose, and possibly more of the flower. The flower. So pretty. Color Bean Crafty is working on it as well. She started with the dragon, so she has dragon while I have plant. I'm not sure if she's worked on hers lately. I don't think she has. I watch. I just, you know, I'm bad at remembering. And plus she's been crocheting so much lately. But that lemonade one she just finished, I really liked. Really liked that. And she did a great job with that fabric. She did that herself. She took like a piece of red fabric and bleached it. So it's that pink. Pinky yellowy, pinky peachy, pinky pink. I really like it. Especially with that project. Okay, looks like we're moving into a bit of full coverage here. So my full coverage peeps, here we go. What is this? Is this moving to life? This is moving to life. That is not part of the game. I just wanted to work on it, I think. Although I may have spun it. I don't know. I've been working so much on the wallpaper that finally when I was able to get to the beginning of the frame, I went frame crazy there for a little while. Again, I've hopefully put up a picture to show you what it's supposed to look like. I do have the material pack for this one, which makes it super fun. Such a shame they're not going to do that anymore. I don't blame them, especially with Michelle's husband being so sick. I'm really worried about him. I know it's got to be so hard on her. So sad. Anyway, for those that don't know, he was diagnosed with lung cancer and then he had surgery and he has not recovered basically from it. He went home and then he got life flighted back and he's been in the ICU in critical condition for quite a while now. Okay, Tiki Beach. Tiki Beach is on here. It's still on here. She has not left yet. So that's 375. And I'm sure I've done more than that. Because I am crazy like that. I'm trying to show you, I promise. Tiki Beach. Again, I'm sure I put in a picture. This editing is going to be a nightmare. That is the problem with going so long and having so many projects. To edit 25 projects in here, then plus yours isn't. The finishes are really easy to edit in, but my whole cutting and stuff to show you the before and after, it's very time consuming. Y'all are worth it. I'm not complaining. Just saying the editing when I do this much is a lot. I like this. I like this on the camera. I don't see it at a distance very often. I'm a fan. It's Amy Stewart, Heaven and Earth Designs. This is 28 count, 1/1 full class. The newer stuff is all pretty much 28 or 32 count, 1/1. The older stuff is either 20 or 25 count, 2/1 full. But everything is full. I know a ton of people do tent. I need to, I guess, see it in person and see. But when I did tent stitching, I liked it better full. But man, it'd be so much faster tent. This is the Heaven and Earth style, Innocent Bunny, for this year. This is on here. It's only been on here once, and that was 225 stitches, and I did 297. Not very exciting, is it? It's a corner. There's gonna be a bunny. You like my wombat? Thank you, Christina. It's just not that exciting, is it? I mean, new is there and down there, I think. But I mean, I typewriter method, so you never know what you're gonna get. We're already on the 3rd installment. Well, I mean, I'm not. We've gotten them. Clearly, I'm not on the 3rd installment. I'm still on the first one. I never even, like, downloaded the second. I mean, it exists, but I never stuck it in Pattern Keeper. At this point, I figure I'll just wait till I get the 4th and then export my progress and then import it with the total one. This is Island Life. Not part of the Great British Baking. I think it's Letty Stitch. I know you can't tell, but I'm pretty sure it is. This I wish was in Pattern Keeper, but it's not. So I do count my stitches because it's full coverage, and I keep track of that, but it's not pleasant. to count stitches. It just makes everything take even longer. Want me to talk while I make noise more often? Talk, 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 talk. Okay, I think of Hawaii when I think of this one because that's where I started it, was on a trip to Hawaii. No matter what, that's what I think of. I'm trying to like typewriter method this page. So that way, I mean, I don't want like a line on either side, but it's just so much easier to do one page at a time when it's a paper pattern. And I didn't photocopy this one. I'm just using a pencil right on it. But I figured I could erase it if I needed to. Isn't that water so soothing? It looks so soft. Soft water. I've done barely any backstitch, just down at the very bottom. If this was Pattern Keeper, I would probably be obsessed with working on it, but since it's not, I just really like the way it looks, and I will work on it when called, because I like the progress. I just don't like the process with keeping track of the stitches. But if I just stopped keeping track of the stitches, maybe I'd like it more. Maybe that's what I should do, because I do like it. I do. I promise. I do. This was also a new start that I had planned. It's a Stitch is So Beautiful. It's called The Village. It's really dark. I really like that. Doesn't look exciting to stitch. No, I agree. But I really, really like looking at it. So I want it to hang on a wall someday. Not a big start. It's only been called once on this game, and it's called for 125 stitches. I did 136. That's the edge of a tree. 136 stitches. I thought the spider was appropriate because it looks, you know, spooky. Spooky. It's not massive. See, it's not that big. That'll only take a couple years, right? It's funny because when you look in Pattern Keeper for things like that, it'll be like, I have to live like 112 years to finish it at the rate that I'm going. And I totally don't believe that. I mean, I know it's completely accurate, but I'm like, nah, I'll just go faster later. I'll finish it. I'll finish everything. Supersize max colors? Sure, no problem. I have 2. I'll finish them both. Okay, this might be the last one. Does this look like it? Keto, pandemic, apples, blah, 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 blah. I think this is. I think this is the last one. This is a Mermaid's Treasure, Amy Stewart. Supersize max color, probably, most likely. That's it. But I like that. Oh, wait, that. I was holding it the wrong way. There you go. One of the things I really like about Amy Stewart, besides her use of color, is that you basically just start right in. Like right in the very corner, you're already making something. And that's way better than having 6 pages of background, Keto, before you get to anything that you recognize. Keto was probably closer to like 9, maybe 11 pages before I got to anything that was recognizable. Yeah. So, Pandemic's out, Language of the Flowers is out, Hyacinth is out, my Tropical Paradise, which I didn't show you this time because I showed you before. I haven't worked on it since. That was out. That's all the birds on the branch. The Christmas, the Gnome, and that Mermaid. They're all out. Oh, so that Mermaid I was supposed to do 175, and I did 222. So we still have Snow Manny, Tiki Beach, Innocent Dreams, that's the bunny, the village, just that tree, the apples, and the Bayou Side, the ocean one. Yay, we made it through all 25. Like I said, I don't have haul because I just have that fabric. We do need to spin. Let's spin. Let me get this all set up and then I'll be back. Okay, good thing I checked because like the village was not on that, but Celestial Dreams was. I think everything else is, I hope. So this is actually going to be for now, like this weekend. I still have to finish the bird shell for this, but it's only a couple hundred stitches, so that's today. Shouldn't be a problem. And then tomorrow I have all the Great British Baking thing. But usually I can finish that the same day as well. We'll see. I have a lot of chores and stuff I'm trying to do this weekend, so maybe not, but we'll see. And then next week, so this will be for next week, although it's just very, very, very difficult with everything going on at work. I have to actually go to work 2 days next week. So anyway, let's spin. Spin! It's spooky. What is it? Mason jars. Okay. Mason jars is a dimensions kit. It's that one where I didn't notice the giant arrows on the fabric and started not exactly in the middle, so I've had to use a pencil to kind of color in a little bit the shadows of those mason jars with the flowers. The other thing, let me set up the experiment. We'll do the random number generator and see what a new start would be. I don't know that I want a new start, but let's find out. Okay, so the random number generator was 152. I looked on my thing. 152 is Gareth and Lynette, which is a practically full coverage medieval. That's a great word. I'm more medieval than you. Medieval type. It's not a sampler, but it's the same person that did the wisdom sampler. Dawn of Vermilion. I bought it at the same time. It's very intense looking to me and pretty much full coverage. Hopefully I have found a picture and have put that in at some point. If not, because I know what it is, but I don't want to go in the closet and dig it out because it's just, sorry about that. I sneezed. I hopefully cut that out. I don't want to go dig through the closet. I could find it, but I don't want to. So hopefully I found it online and put in a picture. I just don't think I want to start that. Like, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I want to start it one day. I just don't think today is the day. I think I would rather do whatever it was. The mason jars. I'll just do the mason jars this week. I am close to a finish on that. If I put my mind to it and put in some effort, I could finish that in, a week, probably. Maybe less. I don't know. Okay. All right. So I always start out the other. If you were just here for the stitching, thank you. Bye. Come back. If you are here for life, hopefully you skipped all the rest of that and you're now. I always start with my mom. We did go to the doctor and she saw the oncologist and everything was fine. I have hair in my mouth. There we go. She saw the oncologist. It was fine. She did the MRI and there is like fluid and swelling and inflammation in her breast, but that is because of the radiation. So nothing was unusual. That they didn't see anything they didn't expect. There was no cancer. It was just, unfortunately, side effects from radiation. The MRI was a different experience. She was telling me about it. It sounded more like an open MRI than a closed one, but whatever. The Signatura, I had told you the blood test, it came back 0 still. So she does that again in 4 months, and she will continue that for, I don't know if it's forever or for 5 years, but he was basically telling us, I don't know if I've told you this, I can't remember when we went, but he was basically telling us that with triple negative breast cancer, which is what she had, there's a super high rate of recurrence right after. For the first 2 to 3 years, it's like a curve, really high for the first 2 or 3 years, and then it drops to almost 0. Where estrogen, hormone positive breast cancers, they have a curve for the first couple of years, but it's much lower, and then it's just a long tail of a chance of it coming back. It never drops to 0. It's just a low chance, where triple negative is pretty much yikes and then almost nothing. So after like 5 years, you're you should be good to go. But you gotta get for the first 2 or 3, and she was diagnosed June of 2023 and finished this year, the treatment beginning of this year. So we'll just keep an eye on everything. So she's good. She's good. Good job, Mom. We went camping. Oh, Father's Day. It's been a while. This is the back of Needleminder. That's going to be a problem. I don't know what that came off of, but we will put that there and we will hold it and we'll figure that out. So Father's Day, we went to the cabin and everybody came to the cabin. Steve, Alyssa, Jacob, the babies, we all went to the cabin. Now, unfortunately, the kids were getting sick. Not mine, but Alyssa, Jacob, and the babies were all kind of sick. I think it was mostly the babies at that point. And they sneeze on you, they lick you, they drool, they cough, they, you get it all. You just can't avoid it. We had a great time. I think I'm putting in a picture of Steve playing Connect 4 with Addie. It was a great day. We had a good time. My husband was happy. It was all good. We rode bikes. It was a beautiful cabin weekend. So then we were supposed to go camping, I think the following weekend. We were going to leave on Sunday and come back on Wednesday. And we were camping out near Lake Hemet, which is where we went the previous year when I got the UTI. And it was so hot and we almost died from the heat. It was upper 90s. I think that's near like 31 degrees Celsius. Somewhere around there, for those not in the US. It was hot. It was really, really, really hot. So this time the weather wasn't supposed to be so bad. And we were all going, not my son, but Jacob, Alyssa, the babies, and us. Alyssa's my daughter, Jacob's her husband, and Addie and Olivia are her babies, in case you knew. So we went on Sunday. My husband and I got there first, and we got everything all set up, and it was a bit windy, which made it more difficult with the tarp and the tent and all that, but we got it all set up. We sold the motorhome years ago, so we are tent campers now. Fortunately, there is a flush toilet there, which is the main reason we camp there and not Lake Hemet. Lake Hemet has like porta potties. It has a lake, but I would rather not have a lake and have a flush toilet in a building than have the lake and porta potties. I don't like porta potties. So the kids got there after. We helped them set up. Had a good time. It was super cold at night. It was like in the upper 70s, I think, low 80s during the day. So it wasn't unbearably hot, and we had a lot of shade, and we had prepared. But at night, it got cold. It got really, 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 really cold. Like unbearably cold. My husband got cold. My husband, who never gets cold, got cold. Addie, who doesn't get cold, got cold. It was cold. The second night was less cold, but still cold. But everybody was sick, except me. Jacob, Alyssa, both kids were still sick. My son had gotten sick. He wasn't there, but he was sick. My husband had gotten sick. My husband got sick on Friday and we left on Sunday. And it seems to be there's no fever. It's not like a cold, it's a cough. It's an awful cough and a little bit of a stuffy nose, but mostly it's cough and being really tired. So I don't know why I managed to avoid it, and to this day I still have not gotten it despite everybody else getting it, and I got licked and slobbered on and coughed in my face like a lot between everybody, mostly the kids, but everybody. I didn't get it. Thank you so much for not giving it to me. I'm so glad I didn't get it. Everybody else, it was mild. It dragged on, but it was mild. Not my husband, because he can't just be like everybody else. If you cut off his hand, he would be like, oops, and like finish what he was doing and then maybe go to the hospital and get it sewn back on. Like, if you stabbed him, he'd probably be fine. Be like, I don't need stitches. I'm fine. But if he gets sick, like a man cold. He's dying. It's miserable for everybody involved. I love him. We've been married 27 years. That was our anniversary weekend, the camping. We've been married 27 years now, I think, and I love the poop out of him. I love him so much. He's my best friend, you know, besides Mary, who's my female best friend. My husband is my best friend. I love him. It was love at first sight. The instant I saw him, I fell in love with him. That's not how he felt about me, but that's how I felt about him. So there's no question I love him. So don't take this the wrong way when I say that he's the most miserable human being to be around when he's sick. I struggle, really, really struggle to be kind and caring and compassionate and sympathetic when he's sick, because everybody else had the same thing and they were fine, but he was dying. But then he proved me wrong. He was kind of dying, sort of. So we ended up leaving on Tuesday instead of Wednesday, because Monday afternoon, we're sitting in chairs side by side. I can put in a picture of what we look like sitting side by side. I looked grumpy in this picture, and I don't know why, because I wasn't grumpy. But apparently, I've discovered that I have a grumpy face, because at work, somebody looked at me funny when I was walking out of the office, and I was like, is something wrong? And he's like, oh, you just look upset. I was like, oh, I'm not upset at all. He's like, well, you look upset every time you walk out. And I was like, oh, no, that's just my face. Apparently, I just look upset. I'm not. I'm happy. Anyway, so we're sitting side by side. And these chairs have this like locking thing because they recline. So you recline and then you turn these little things and they lock, and then you can stay reclined. So to get out, you undo it. You kind of have to push with those feet to give it some pressure, and then you undo it, and then it goes down. So I'm sitting next to him. We're both reclined. And he starts to cough. But rather than going, he just goes, he didn't inhale first. So he's coughing and coughing like hard out. And I was like, breathe. And he just kept coughing. And I was like, breathe. And then I realized it was bad. And I yelled to Jacob, help him. He needs help. And I was trying to get out of my chair. And Jacob was laughing because he heard me saying breathe. And he's just coughing. And he's like, you know, he's fine. And then he realized something was wrong too. And he ran over there. My husband, his eyes rolled back in his head. And he just passed out. He was gone. Now keep in mind that earlier, like a month ago, one of our friends died. She was in the car with her daughter. I've told you this, I'm pretty sure, because we went to the funeral, and I think I told you all about it. She was in the car with her daughter. They were going to the vet, and the daughter was talking, and her mom, because I talked to the daughter after, she told me that the mom made a noise sort of like she was crying, and she looked over at her, and her eyes rolled up in her head, and she passed out, and she died. She died instantly. It was a major hurt thing. The doctor had said even if she'd been sitting next to her with the paddles, she couldn't have saved her. It was instant. I'm looking at my husband, and his eyes roll up in his head, and he passes out, and I swear he's dead. I am positive that he has died, and I am beside myself, and I'm trying to get out of the chair, and it's stuck. And Jacob runs over and like rubs on his chest, because Jacob's a firefighter, so like he knows what to do, and he's like he's checking his pulse or whatever. I get to the end of the chair, and all of a sudden my husband does like this spasm thing, and then his eyes pop open, and he wakes up, and he's like, where am I? And then it took him a second, and then he was back. He said it was like a dream, and so my daughter, the second I started screaming he needs help and Jacob ran and she saw the eyes and stuff, she called 911. So she's on the phone with 911, and we're talking to my husband, Jacob and I, and he doesn't want help. He says this happened once before. When he had COVID, it happened once. He went to stand up, and he started coughing, and he passed out and hit his head on the bed frame thing, the wood bed frame, and there was blood everywhere. And then he texted me and said, I need help. And he never says he needs help. So I went running. I threw my stitching. I went running in there. There was blood everywhere. I had to clean the carpets. And then we told him he couldn't cough without supervision. So it had happened once before. So I kind of knew he was going to be okay, but that was super scary. So she eventually told 911 that it was okay. He didn't want to be seen, and they didn't need to send anybody. but it was really scary, and I kind of, like, once he was kind of okay and I realized he was okay and all that, I went over and I gave Jacob a hug and I thanked him, and then I started crying because I was like, I thought he died. And so I had to walk away for a while and get myself under control, and I came back and I was sitting next to my husband, and you know, he was telling me more what it felt like and we were talking about and stuff, and then just burst into tears. I didn't mean to, but like, I thought he died. I thought that was it, and it was so unfair. We hadn't spent enough time together. It wasn't right. So that was super spooky, but he's okay. He's been fine since. He had the cough for like another week, but he was just super careful about coughing, and before he coughed, he made sure he took a big breath. I drove us home, that way he wouldn't start coughing and pass out, because it's twisty mountain roads. You know, he's good now. He's not coughing. So that was traumatic. Two other things. Solar is not working. One morning I got a notification from the electric company that they were going to take the power out that day. And I thought, oh, I wonder if it's out already because we have solar. I wouldn't know. So I went on the app for the solar, and it said that we were 100% on grid and it was sucking power from the grid. It's summer here. There's no way no, that's not a thing. So I tried to refresh the app, I did a few things, and then I texted my husband and I was like, hey, the app is saying this, but like, that can't be right? And he looked and his app said the same thing, and he's like, whoa, something's wrong. So he found this troubleshooting thing, and I had just taken a shower, so I was wet. I'm all wet. And he's like, I need you to do some stuff, because he's at work, and I work from home most of the time, so I was here. So I had to go out and play with the breakers. There's these big things you shut off on the power walls, and you had to restart stuff, and it had to be in a certain order, and it was absolutely terrifying. I did it all. I have so many pictures on my phone of the pictures of the equipment with my finger where I'm pointing at something, because I would take the picture, be pointing at the thing and say, is this the thing you want me to touch next? Good thing I did, because a couple times I was wrong. And so we went through all that, and it still didn't work, and one of the power walls just doesn't have a light on at all. But when you restart the whole thing, it comes on for a second and then it comes back off. We have two power walls, and the other one seems perfectly fine. So he called Tesla and said, hey, there's this problem, and then they conference called me, and I had to go do more poking things with, one of the things I literally had to poke with a stick, and she told me to poke it with a stick, and I did. I did all the things, it still didn't work. And so they said it would be like 10 to 15 business days before they could send someone. They finally said, like, a week passed, and then they finally said, okay, we have a date for you. It's July 29th. So it's going to be like 6 weeks without solar. My electric bill's going to suck because it's summer and it's in the 90s, and I'm not happy. But anyway, my husband came home yesterday and he had another app and he tried some other stuff, and it's just something with that power wall's not right. He thinks it's the inverter. I don't know what that is, or why that's a thing, or why the other one doesn't work, why nothing works while one doesn't work. I don't know. So we're waiting until July 29th. We're on some flex schedule thing so that if they get something sooner, they'll send them out. But I'm not saying you shouldn't get Tesla solar panels. I'm just saying that I'm grumpy with how long it takes to get them fixed. No, I'm coughing. I don't have a cough, I swear. And then the last thing, they finally opened the road up by one of the areas where there was a fire, where we almost lost the cabin. And so we went up there and saw, I had showed you before, a observatory that burned. This was like a visitor center kind of thing, so we walked around that. So I have a couple pictures. That's really sad. That was a beautiful building, and it is no longer. But fortunately, you know, nobody died, and that's what really matters. I think that's it. I think that's all my stories for you. This is like an hour and a half, and I can't edit a whole lot out of this, so sorry it's long, but if I don't do it every couple weeks, it's long. I'm sorry. Next week I have to work 2 days because I can't tell you a lot, but we're potentially opening up a new store, which may require closing one. Well, it doesn't require it, but we kind of want to close one and move it someplace. And so my husband and I, we have done some due diligence with buying a business. I don't think that's gonna work. We don't want to pay what they want us to pay, but we've done all the work to see it's not worth what they want us to pay. So I think we're just going to open a location in a different spot, just out of the blue. So we've spent a lot of time driving around in that particular area that we want to be in, looking not so much at buildings, but at, you know, customers and competition, and, you know, how many cars are passing by, and what other kinds of industrial buildings are in the area, what businesses, you know, a lot of the customers are, a few of them, could we get new customers, what's the competition like? We've sat in the parking lots of competition to see how busy they are. Like, we've done a lot. And last week we saw a building, and we liked it, but we didn't love it. Then we started looking at other buildings and realized this one is probably better than we thought. So the CEO of the company is going to fly down Monday, and we're going to go look at that building again. But in the meantime, we talked to somebody else who has a building kind of in the same spot, and he's willing to give us a better deal because we've known him for years. And so we're also going to look at that. So that's exciting. We've hired a couple new people. Well, can't say we've hired a couple new people. We've gone through a lot of interviews where people didn't show up. We've had interviews where people did show up. Some were good, some were bad. We have basically offered the job to 2 people, and one, it looks like he's going to accept and start Monday. The other one is coming in again on Monday to kind of, we do this working interview thing where we pay them no matter what, but they spend a day working to make sure that they like us, we like them. It looks like it's going to be a good fit, because nothing is worse from an HR perspective than going through all the paperwork and stuff to get somebody set up, hired in the system, and then they don't show up for day 2 because it turns out they didn't like it. So this avoids that. So the first one already did his working interview. He liked us, we liked him. He starts Monday. Other one's coming Monday for his working interview. If all goes well, he could start Tuesday, but I think he has another job, and I don't think he can start that fast. So yeah, that's what's going on there. So work's been kind of busy with all the interviewing and stuff. I've gone in a lot more than I normally do, and again, I have to go in 2 days next week as well, and I'm not happy about that, but it should be the last week I have to do that until we get the new business situated. And then there's going to be a lot of moving of stuff and staffing stuff and stuff, a lot of stuff. I do have meetings next week, which, why do we have to have meetings? Those of you that work, why do we have meetings? Have you ever been to a meeting that was like, that was useful, I'm glad I had that meeting? I don't think I have. I don't think that's a thing. I'm not calling these meetings, it's not my fault. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful rest of July. We did 4th of July here in the backyard, watched the fireworks shows. It's great being able to see them from here. I love that. Went to bed. It was nice. So the weather was beautiful. Sitting outside in the evening, it was warm. It wasn't cold, and that was nice. Anyway, I need to stop talking, stop yammering on. I should be back sometime in August. I don't know when. Hopefully Alyssa will be here, but I'm not making any promises. Having 2 toddlers is very, very difficult, especially when one wants to kill the other. I mean, not legitimately, but, you know. Yeah. That's it. So, everybody take care of each other. Be kind. No matter what, be kind. I'm telling you, be kind. Hopefully, I see you again in early August. Bye. Send your whips. Send your finishes. StitchingAtTheCabin at gmail.com. I have to take a bunch of pictures and edit. Bye.